this thing alone, didn't you? Nope, I'm back. And we're caking with Cake Doc and
M&M.
So I heard last week that you all told the viewing audience that we'd be making cinnamon rolls. Well, of course, I'm the Cake Doc, so we got to do something a little different. So today we're making
cinnamon roll cake.
Good job. So let's get started. The cake is generally made with a regular vanilla cake, and then we add the cinnamon sugar kind of mixture to make what we call the cinnamon roll base. And so that's what's going to make the cinnamon roll cake. And then of course, once we get it out the oven, we're going to add what everybody likes on top of cinnamon rolls. What is that?
The glaze.
Okay, we're going to make a homemade glaze to go on top of the cinnamon roll cake. Okay, so first we're going to start with
flour.
Okay, and what's also in this flour?
Our cornstarch.
No, what?
Oh wait, our baking powder.
Okay, yeah, good. Okay, so we do use cornstarch in some things, but yeah, but today we're going to add baking powder because of course we want our cake to do what?
Rise.
Good job, good job, good job. And then Macy, what are we going to add next?
Our sugar.
Okay, right. We're going to add a little sugar because we want our cake to be what?
Sweet.
Good job.
I mean, obviously.
Of course.
How are you supposed to make a cake and it's not sweet?
Of course, exactly.
What kind of cake is that?
Okay, good.
That's our milk.
Good. We're going to add a little milk. Okay, good.
Wow.
And then how many eggs did we say we had?
2.
Okay, we're going to add 2 eggs. And like I said, it's a simple vanilla cake base. And then we're going to add a cinnamon mixture to make what we will call the cinnamon swirl part of our cinnamon roll cake. All right. Now, we want to do a little mixing here. We're first going to add also
vanilla.
We're going to give it a little flavor, huh?
Yep.
A little vanilla, about 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And we're going to turn our mixer on and we're going to mix it ever so slowly because we don't want it to overbake. Who likes a really tough cinnamon roll?
Ugh, that's disgusting. Like when you bite into it, it's gonna be hot and it can like hurt your teeth.
Okay, right, exactly. But first of all, cinnamon rolls are the best and we don't want them to be hard.
Exactly.
Now, I also have in here a little what?
Butter.
Okay, butter is going to make it nice and smooth. There you go, good job. And we're going to slowly add that into the mixture until we get a good complete mix, but once again making it slow because we don't want tough cinnamon roll cake.
And you don't want all your ingredients to go everywhere.
Of course, no, we don't. That's right, exactly. And we just use our spoon once we see it starting to come together, and we'll scrape down the sides just a little bit. And once again, we don't want to make it too tough, but we want to make sure that everything's totally mixed together.
It smells good. Oh, it does.
So I'm going to lift it up because I just want to make sure everything's mixed from the bottom too. Because sometimes what will happen when you mix wet and dry ingredients, they will sometimes stick to the bowl. And everything won't be mixed completely. And so we want to make sure that everything's mixed completely. So we just take your spoon around and mix everything up together really well.
It looks like pancake batter.
It does. It looks like pancake batter too, Macy. That is true. Very good.
I wonder if that can actually, we can actually make cinnamon pancakes.
Oh, you could. I mean, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, and we can still do the glaze, so cinnamon roll pancakes.
Correct. So instead of the syrup, we'll do the glaze.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah, you're trying to put me in the hospital with diabetes. Thank you.
No.
Good job. So I'm just going to mix it one more time because we want everything to be nice and mixed. And you might see a few lumps, and sometimes that comes with, like I say, mixing wet and dry ingredients. But once it's in the oven, it's going to bake right out, so it'll be fine. So then we're going to get our pan. It's already greased. We're going to use a 9 by 13 inch pan.
We can move our flour pan out of the way.
Let me move that out of the way. And we're going to add the vanilla-based cake. We're going to add it to our pan. We want to make sure that everything, once again, is nice and mixed. And so you see how nice and gently I do that? Just because I don't want to overmix the batter again. Just nice and gentle.
Like you said, you don't want tough cinnamon roll.
Correct.
That looks lovely. So make sure you get all of your ingredients
Yeah, just a little flour on the bottom. And sometimes you might miss it. But once again, once it hits the heat and bakes in the oven,
the flour will go away.
Good job. Exactly.
Yeah. Make sure you mix up all of your ingredients, because when you like eat your sweet, you don't want to taste like uncooked ingredients. That's not going to be good. So,
Correct. Exactly. Now, Mike, if you can get a nice butter knife out of this drawer, please, that'd be great. And also get another spoon, a big spoon, please.
Like these two?
That's perfect. Good job. All right, and so I'm gonna hand you the bowl.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You want me to just put this in the sink?
You can just put that in the sink for now. Perfect. Exactly. And of course, I just
Ooh,
like
it
to.
smells good.
I like to use the method of shaking the pan and making sure everything's even in the pan. We want everything to be even. Now, as we talked about, we have a cinnamon sugar kind of base here.
Yes.
And what do we have in the bowl?
So what we have in here is some brown sugar, some cinnamon, some flour, and some butter.
Okay, so the butter, you make sure to tell everybody the butter has to be softened.
Yes.
Because you can't mix it if it's not softened. And mine is probably set a little while, so I'm probably gonna have to work like Superman over here to try and make sure that everything's mixed together. But what you want to do is the ingredients that Maya just mentioned, you want to make sure that you mix them very well together, because we want to add little dollops of this mixture to our vanilla-based cake.
Yeah, it's like the cinnamon is taking up everything.
It does look like the cinnamon is taking up everything.
That's what it's supposed to do.
But at the end of the day, we're making a what?
Cinnamon roll cake.
Exactly. So we want that cinnamon flavor to go inside of the vanilla-based cake. So we'll have, like, when you pull apart the cinnamon rolls, when we get cinnamon rolls from Cinnabon, you see how that cinnamon just flows right out of that pastry. So that's how we want with this cake as well. Yeah. And so we're just gonna mix this really well.
And guys, you should see kind of like it, all of your ingredients coming together in the bowl. And it kind of looks like some Play-Doh, because it's like the way it's coming together, because the butter is like the glue of it, and it's making everything.
Play-Doh. Ooh, I'm so glad you guys don't have that anymore. I don't miss that Play-Doh. All over everything. At least this tastes better than Play-Doh.
You got that right, guys. This tastes better. Wait, you taste Play-Doh before?
Macy, did anybody ask you any questions? So, once again, we're going to make sure it's mixed completely. You want to see a nice brown
Guys,
color.
you can come over here and just see like how a little bit more. It's kind of looking like cinnamon butter, but it's like a little bit more butter in there. So you gotta mix all the butter. The most important thing about this is the butter, because the butter is making it stick together.
Good job.
And the cinnamon, because you want that cinnamon taste when you're eating like your cinnamon roll cake. So.
Good job. Alright, so I think that's pretty good. Maya, if you could just get me one more spoon, a little spoon this time. That'd be great.
Alright, I got us a little spoon.
Okay, and so I'm going to let Maya do one dollop, and just do them in random places. Don't do them on top of each other. So you can hit it on the side of the pan and just let it fall off.
Oh, that's cool.
Then you're going to do that one, and I'm going to let Macy do one. Good job.
That looks good.
And so then we'll just do them randomly all over the cake.
It doesn't have to look perfect because it's going in a cake, and it doesn't matter because you're just eating it. Yes, so it doesn't have to look perfect, because that's what we have our knife for, so we can swirl around our ingredients.
Because what does the cinnamon and butter and sugar mixture do in cinnamon rolls? It's like a what inside the cinnamon roll?
Like the taste and the sweet, and then it's like
it makes a what?
Gooey.
But it makes a what? A swirl. A swirl. It makes a swirl. It makes a swirl.
That's why we have our knife guys, and we're gonna swirl it around to make it look like an actual. And like a swirl, like the cinnamon rolls are like their swirls look like a lollipop.
Yeah, like the lollipop swirl. Exactly. Good job, Mason. Good job. It is like a lollipop swirl. Okay, Maya, I'm gonna give you that one to put in the sink. The big one. Just the big one. Yeah. And you can try, of course, to get as much of this out of the bowl as possible. Like I say, with a good cinnamon roll, you got a lot of cinnamon. And so you want to make sure you get all of this into your vanilla-based cake. And like the girl said, then we're going to take a knife
and
swirl. You're going to go back and forth.
And up and down.
And it might look a little difficult at first, but you're just going to
swirl it around. that's how we do it.
And make sure before you add anything into your pan, all of the ingredients
are
are mixed
up.
together.
That's what I was about to say.
Very well, because you don't want an uncooked cake. That's not going to be ready.
Oh God, it smells so good.
It smells like a cinnamon roll, just like
Already. It looks pretty good. Pretty.
Give it a good swirl. That smells so good.
And by the way they sound, I don't know if we're gonna have any left for anybody to taste. I'm sorry. But thanks for viewing. Maybe you'll be able to make it at home.
Yeah.
These two aren't sharing anything when it comes to cinnamon rolls.
Wait, what?
So just make sure that you get it, you know, a good swirl in here. It's fine. Just like trying to get all of the vanilla base cake covered, and you'll see the different parts with the, and sometimes I like a little more cinnamon. So sometimes, you know,
Yeah, I love cinnamon.
looks like there might be a little more up here than it is down here. So, you know, it's fine if you get a little more cinnamon in other places, but it's good.
You could. That's why you swirl it around. So if there's like certain parts that don't have as much cinnamon, that's why you swirl it around, and then it'll be an even amount on each side of your pan.
Good job. Good job. Good job. That looks pretty good, doesn't it, girls?
Yep.
Okay, all right. And so then we're going to put it in the oven for about 35, 40 minutes.
And we already put our oven on 350 degrees.
Good job. All right. If someone could get the door of the oven for me.
At the bottom one or the top
It's the
one?
bottom one.
Always.
All right. And then I'm just going to slide this in. And we're going to bake it for about 35, 40 minutes. And then when we come back, we're going to make the vanilla glaze that will go on top of this wonderful cinnamon roll cake.
Yum. So we'll see y'all. We will see you all in just a second. But bye for now. And we're back. So now our cake is finally done after being in the oven. And there is no cooling process needed for our cinnamon roll cake. So now we will be showing you all how we make the glaze for our cinnamon roll cake.
Okay, now, Macy, what are we starting with?
Um,
Of course, you know what this is. It's something that's going to make it sweet. What is this called? Maya, help your sister out.
Powdered sugar.
Thank you. Exactly. Okay, Macy, what we got here?
milk.
Okay, right. She got the milk. Oh, Jesus, please. She needs a nap. Somebody come get her. And then, of course, we're going to add a little.
Vanilla.
All right. Good job.
Good job.
All right. So, Maya, can you get me a big spoon, please? I'm sorry to not get that. This is a simple vanilla glaze that is added to the top of a cinnamon roll cake. When we do the actual presentation of our actual cinnamon rolls, it will have a cream cheese vanilla base. But for this one, we're doing a simple vanilla, sugar, milk base to add on top of our cinnamon roll cake. Because, of course, just because it's cinnamon rolls doesn't mean that everything has to be the same as general cinnamon rolls that you get in Cinnabon or any other place where you can buy cinnamon. Correct, exactly. And so we're just going to do a simple vanilla base to go, right, or at a carnival.
Or at even other bakeries.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
Or at a store.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that store that we went to. We had a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
but none are going to top the ones that we're eventually going to make here at Rosina's Creation.
Yep.
So just mix it really well. Try and get it as smooth as possible.
Make sure your glaze, you'll know it's finally done when you see all of the ingredients combined and you don't see any more like other ingredients in there. So
Or any what?
lumps.
Okay.
Make sure you get in that powdered sugar because it'll stay in there just like so. Give it a good mix.
And like Maya said, no cooling is required. I mean, of
Perfect.
course, you like a nice warm cinnamon roll with nice glaze on top of it.
And you all can come over here to see the cake if you didn't get a chance to see
Yeah,
it.
you can see a little bit of cinnamon. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Cinnamon is the best part of
And
the
it
cake.
smells delicious. So.
And like Macy said, you can see a little bit of cinnamon on the top, but I'm sure that there's more inside.
Right.
Yes, because
So
that's
when
the
that
baking
is-
process.
And what I like to do is I like to pour it back in my cup that I have my milk in, and that will help for easily pouring over the cake. Like that. So, Maya, you can put this in the sink.
No problem.
And we're just gonna pull the cake.
Or
and-
you could spray
I'm just gonna do a nice
Oh my God!
little
Yeah, you all can.
over the
It
cake.
kind of looks like a zebra.
Yeah.
Because how the lines are.
It's so
except for
satisfying.
not black.
Just
And
put
this is very
in.
good drizzle motion.
Yeah.
See, this is how you know my dad is a pro at this.
You'll get there too. Which is why we're doing these classes, and eventually you guys will be good enough to start teaching kids yourself.
Yeah.
This looks so
Doesn't that look great?
Oh my
It kind of looks like a pie because of the holes in the.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I guess
yeah, a
you
little
can say,
bit, like
yeah,
a
it made
cinnamon
little
pie.
holes in it. Yeah, it did make little holes in it, but the holes are great to allow the glaze to go into.
Yeah, and the cinnamon to soak up into the vanilla based
Oh,
cake.
yeah.
Correct.
And we have some on the corners. In the corner,
Yeah.
some on the
You want
corners
me to
will
put this
fall
in the
through.
sink
Put
too?
that in the sink as well.
All
Now
right.
we're gonna cut a piece of it while it's nice and warm,
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
I can't wait to taste this.
and we're gonna scoot out a little piece using the spatula.
Guys.
Guys.
Oh gosh, yes.
And you see that cinnamon inside of there?
Yes.
Careful.
And you can see a little bit of cinnamon in here.
Scoop that off. Ooh, it's nice and
Ooh.
nice and moist. And see, this is what I talked about in reference to making sure that we don't overbeat the batter.
Correct.
And then, of course,
Ooh, that looks so
cinnamon there.
Ooh, guys.
Yeah.
Get a good inside look at this.
Okay, and we're gonna taste it right here on camera.
Alright, let's push everything back. Ready? Alright, everybody ready?
Okay. yeah,
Let's
we're
put the
gonna
plate in the middle for everybody to see. Alright, guys, we're about to try it. I'm scared.
I got the back part of it, but that's okay.
Oh my god.
That's so good.
It is so good.
You guys have to try this recipe. I'll definitely post a recipe soon. And look forward to next week with caking, with Cake Doc and
M&M. We'll see you all later. Bye.